I'm Etta Wilcoxon, candidate for the 13th Congressional District. I'm running on a platform of converting the 13th Congressional District to prosperity. Not in the future, when our legislators change, when we can implement new laws. I'm working to change the quality of the life of the residents in the 13th Congressional District now. How do we do that? We do that with well-paying jobs. We get well-paying jobs in part by bringing back more of the federal dollars that go to Washington, D.C. that do not come back to the local level. More federal dollars must come back to us, and when those federal dollars come back, we have to be about the business of making certain that the municipalities and the states that receive those monies actually use those monies for the residents in their communities. Oftentimes, money comes from Washington, D.C., and it's sent back to Washington, D.C. because the municipalities and the states did not use the money. I want to use the bully pulpit to make certain that any state official, any legislator, any local official that does not use federal dollars is called out on the fact that they haven't used those monies. We the people need to take back our democracy. At this point, it's not working for us. We hear at the national level that we need to make America great again. America's already great. She's the greatest country on the planet. Our goal is to make her greater still. She can be better than what she is. If we can send $600 million to Honduras, then we can make certain that the child next door has CHIP insurance. We can make sure that the child whose grandparent lives on the other side of us has the medication that they need, and they don't have to choose between food on the table or necessary medicines. That's when America is her greatest, when she first takes care of her own and then extends herself outward. So we have to make certain that we, 1, bring back better paying jobs. 2, we bring back more federal dollars. And we have to make certain that residents in our municipalities are engaged in the process. Part of the reason that Americans are so disengaged right now is because it's so hard to make ends meet. People are working 2 and 3 jobs in order to make ends meet. That is un-American. We should have one job that pays a salary or a wage that is sufficient for taking care of the needs of a family. We've done it before, we can do it again. The other part of my platform, the real heart of it, is true public education. I do not believe in charter public schools. In my estimation, they are an oxymoron. Do Americans know how to educate? Of course we do. We've educated the best and the brightest of the world who have gone on to do absolutely phenomenal things globally. But we have gotten to the point now where we have profitized and monetized our education system. And as a result of that, we have public dollars that are being siphoned off for public, non-public interest, for private interest. And we call those charter public schools. Americans know how to teach their children before 3rd grade because we know, and I know in particular as a former educator, I've taught from preschool to law school, that if you do not educate a child by 3rd grade, if you do not teach him how to read, if you do not teach him mathematical equations, he will not get them later. So 3rd grade is the real benchmark for educating, and we know that. Yet in our state, we have one of the worst education models in the nation. The 13th Congressional District, with its poverty, it is the 3rd poorest district in the nation, cannot withstand poverty and poor education. They cannot coexist. I am Etta Wilcoxon. I am running for Congress to ensure that the 13th Congressional District has the kind of leadership that it deserves, and that you send someone to Congress who is qualified to do what you need done. I am not going to presuppose that you have elected me, so I'm not going to tell you what my team and I are going to do in Washington, D.C. The decision is in your hands. You have to decide whether or not you want to send me and my team to Washington, D.C. I can guarantee you one thing. If you send us, our only mission will be to make your quality of life better. I will not be going to Washington, D.C. to make certain that I have bacon on my table. I will be going to Washington, D.C. to make certain that you have bacon on your table. Again, I'm Etta Wilcoxon, contender for the 13th Congressional District, not presupposing that I've already been elected, and I am asking you humbly for your vote.